For most of us, space exploration means triumph. Rockets piercing the sky, astronauts waving from orbit, humanity reaching for the stars. But behind the shining surface of progress lies a shadow, a story filled with failures, cover-ups, lost missions, strange incidents, and deadly mistakes that governments preferred we never learned about. From mysterious astronaut deaths and unacknowledged space disasters to strange signals and Cold War secrets, this is the dark side of humanity's journey into space. Because the path to the stars was never just about science, it was about pride, power, and survival. Let's lift off into the 10 most mysterious, controversial, and haunting stories from the history of space exploration. 1. The lost cosmonauts of the Soviet Union. Before Yuri Gagarin became the first man in space in 1961, rumors already swirled that he wasn't the first, only the first to return alive. Throughout the 1960s, amateur radio operators claimed to intercept distress signals from dying cosmonauts, their final breaths fading into static. One of the most famous recordings, allegedly captured by Italian brothers Achille and Giovanni Giudica Cordiglia, seemed to reveal a female cosmonaut gasping for air as her capsule burned during re-entry. The Soviet Union denied everything, of course, but after the USSR's fall, documents surfaced confirming that several secret test flights had indeed ended in fatal accidents. Were these phantom cosmonauts real? We may never know their names, but the myth refuses to die. 2. The Apollo 1 tragedy. Before America's triumph with Apollo 11 came one of its darkest days. On January 27, 1967, astronauts Gus Grissom, Ed White, and Roger Chaffee were conducting a pre-launch test when a spark ignited pure oxygen inside the command module. Within seconds, the cabin turned into a furnace. The crew had no way out. The hatch opened inward. All 3 men died before the mission ever left the ground. NASA called it a tragic accident, but later investigations revealed serious design flaws, communication failures, and ignored safety warnings. The Apollo 1 disaster forced a total redesign of the spacecraft, a painful lesson that space would always demand blood before progress. 3. The Nedelin catastrophe, a secret Soviet disaster. While the United States mourned Apollo 1 publicly, the Soviet Union had its own nightmare, one it hid for decades. In 1960, at the Baikonur Cosmodrome, engineers were testing a prototype intercontinental rocket. Soviet officials pushed the team to hurry, even as the rocket leaked volatile fuel. When it suddenly ignited on the launch pad, it caused one of the deadliest disasters in aerospace history. The explosion killed over 70 people, including Marshal Mitrofan Nedelin himself. Many victims were vaporized instantly. The Soviet Union kept it secret until 1989. For nearly 30 years, families had no idea how their loved ones had died. It was a grim reminder that the race for space was also a race of propaganda, where truth often burned alongside ambition. 4. The Black Knight satellite orbiting above Earth. Some claim there's an ancient satellite that predates human technology, the Black Knight. First reported in the 1950s, this dark, irregular object has been linked to everything from alien surveillance to lost civilizations. NASA insists it's just space debris, possibly a thermal blanket lost during a 1998 mission. But the story goes back further to strange radio signals detected as early as the 1920s, long before humans reached orbit. Could it be coincidence or evidence that something's been watching us all along? Even today, the Black Knight remains one of the most enduring space conspiracy legends. 5. Apollo 11. The Missing Minutes. When Neil Armstrong stepped onto the moon, the whole world watched. Or did it? According to some accounts, there were 2 minutes of missing transmission during the Apollo 11 moon landing. NASA later said it was a simple technical issue, but rumors claim Armstrong and Aldrin saw something strange, structures, or even observers on the lunar surface. Declassified CIA and NASA transcripts don't show evidence of that, but the mystery lives on. Were the first humans on the moon truly alone? 6. The Challenger disaster. Ignored warnings. On January 28, 1986, millions watched in horror as the Space Shuttle Challenger disintegrated just 73 seconds after liftoff. All 7 crew members, including teacher Krista McAuliffe, were killed. The cause? A tiny rubber O-ring that failed in freezing temperatures. But what made it truly dark was that engineers had warned NASA the night before that the O-rings might not seal properly in cold weather. Management overruled them. The Challenger disaster wasn't just mechanical, it was human. A tragedy born from arrogance, pressure, and politics. 7. The Soyuz 11 mystery. Death in orbit. On June 30th, 1971, the Soviet crew of Soyuz 11 completed a record-breaking mission aboard the world's first space station, Salyut 1. They were national heroes until their return capsule landed silently in Kazakhstan. When rescuers opened it, all 3 cosmonauts were dead, still strapped in their seats. The cause? A tiny valve had opened during re-entry, venting the cabin's air into space. They suffocated in less than 30 seconds. Their sacrifice led to one of the most haunting facts of space history. To this day, they remain the only humans to die in space itself. 8. The secret moon base theory. Since the moon landings, whispers have persisted that NASA and other powers discovered something there and kept it hidden. Strange satellite photos show unexplained lights, geometric patterns, and structures that some believe are remnants of alien activity or secret installations. Declassified military documents reveal that both the US and the USSR considered building lunar bases during the Cold War for surveillance and nuclear advantage. Most of these projects were abandoned, officially. But theories suggest that covert operations may have continued, hidden from public view. After all, what better place to hide something than the far side of the moon? 9. The Columbia disaster. Ignored history repeats. In 2003, the shuttle Columbia broke apart during re-entry, killing all 7 astronauts aboard. A piece of foam insulation had struck the left wing during launch, damaging the thermal tiles, a problem NASA had faced and ignored for years. Engineers suggested inspecting the damage in orbit. Leadership refused, afraid it might delay future missions. Columbia's crew never stood a chance. The shuttle disintegrated at 60,000 feet, raining debris across Texas. It was a chilling echo of Challenger, another case where bureaucracy silenced caution and history repeated itself. 10. The WOW signal and the search for others. In 1977, an astronomer at Ohio State University's Big Ear radio telescope detected a 72-second radio signal from deep space. Powerful, narrowband, and unmistakably non-random. He circled the printout and wrote one word in the margin: wow. Decades later, scientists still can't explain it. No star, comet, or planet matches its origin point exactly. Was it a natural phenomenon? Or a message? For all our exploration, humanity has yet to find intelligent life. But maybe, just maybe, it already found us. Conclusion: the cost of reaching the stars. Space is beautiful, but it's also merciless. Every triumph in orbit hides 1,000 failures. Every photograph from Mars is paid for with risk, sacrifice, and sometimes silence. Governments lie, machines fail, heroes die, and mysteries remain. But despite the darkness, we keep looking up, because curiosity is stronger than fear. The story of space exploration isn't just about reaching the stars. It's about what we're willing to face to get there, and what shadows we leave behind. Because beyond the glory of the rocket's flame, there's always a price written in the stars.